Historic visit. I'm Tom Yamas. Thanks so much for watching tonight, and always, we're here for you. Good night.
Buenas and Hafa Day, everybody. I'm Jason Salas. We are KUAM, and you are watching Weekend Edition on this Mother's Day weekend. We thank you so much for joining us tonight. Well, your Guam Department of Agriculture, in our top story, has completed their post-Typhoon Sinlaku damage assessments for their crop loss compensation program. And officials at the agency now say about $2 million are needed to assist some 500 farms across the island that were impacted by the storm.
Unspent emergency Sinlaku response funds could be used to fund the crop loss compensation program, which helps assist eligible farmers facing typhoon damages. Legislative Agriculture Committee Chairman Vice Speaker Tony Ada says that's according to communication from the Guam Department of Agriculture.
On May 1st, they got back to us and told us that they were able to complete their assessment, and now they're able to work with the farmers directly because the appropriation that we gave to them in Public Law 38-124, which gave $25 million for the emergency response, they were going to take the $2 million from there to assist the farmers. So there's no additional appropriation that will be needed.
Following the typhoon's passage, agriculture inspectors visited farms across the island to assess the impacts of Sinlaku's wrath. 3 community outreaches were also held to discuss their program, which compensates certified bona fide farmers up to $20,000 from local funds appropriated by the legislature. Ada says the department has identified some 500 subsistence and commercial farms in need of help, requiring about $2 million.
The winds that we had for Sinlaku and the rains that we had made an impact on the farmers. So yes, the winds, probably were not as high as our neighbors in the CNMI, but still sustained damages to the crops here on Guam.
The Vice Speaker adds there will be no public hearings this time around, as the funds will come directly from the $25 million already appropriated by senators to the governor for emergency Sinlaku response. He says utilizing funding that's already available will help fast-track compensation for farmers who face a months-long delay in assistance after Typhoon Mawar.
The farmers don't need the help 5 months from now. They needed it 3 weeks ago, right? So their quick, expeditious work on inspection and pre-assessment is now being able to show through that in working with the farmers to pay out their crop loss damages. Department of Agriculture with Deputy Director Glenn Takai will be reaching out to the farmers and processing their applications for whatever crop loss compensation that they'll be looking for.
Meantime, the deadline to submit applications is March 14th. Federal assistance is also available from USDA, which is offering technical and financial assistance to help farmers and livestock producers recover from Typhoon Sinlaku. For more information, just visit KUAM.com.
Well, if you didn't know, May 3rd through the 9th marks National Correctional Officers and Employees Week, a time to recognize the men and women who work behind the walls of Guam's correctional facilities, with a proclamation having been held this week honoring their service, sacrifice, and their commitment to public safety. Yona explains in our next report.
For many, the work of corrections officers happens out of sight, but their role remains critical to keeping the community safe. Department of Corrections Acting Director Joseph Carbolito saying this week is about recognizing the people who take on one of the most demanding jobs in public service.
By signing this proclamation, we acknowledge the men and women whose work is often unseen yet absolutely essential to the safety, security, and stability of our island.
Carbolito says corrections professionals serve as a critical pillar of Guam's justice system, working daily in high stress and often unpredictable conditions.
Service in corrections is not merely a job. It's a calling. It demands courage, discipline, resilience, and unwavering professionalism.
From maintaining security to supporting rehabilitation efforts, corrections staff balance order and humanity every single day. He adds that even under extraordinary pressure, officers continue to uphold the integrity of the correctional system.
Your work extends beyond security. By maintaining a safe, ethical, and humane environment, you support accountability, rehabilitation, and lawful custody. Through consistency, fairness, and professionalism.
The acting director also recognizing the families of corrections employees, saying their support and sacrifices make the work possible.
Your sacrifices, missed holidays, long hours, and constant concern make this service possible.
As National Correctional Officers and Employees Week concludes, DOC leaders say the observance serves as a reminder of the dedication and resilience of those who work to protect the community, often without recognition. Jonah Charfis, KUAM News.
Let's go over to Tamuning for our next story, as the Guam Memorial Hospital Authority has reached a major milestone in cardiac care, performing its first ever implantable cardioverter defibrillator procedure. Now, the life-saving procedure was completed on May 5th by Dr. Bishoy El-Babawi, a cardiologist at Guam's only public hospital. The device used is designed to monitor heart rhythms and deliver a shock if a patient experiences a dangerous or potentially fatal heart arrhythmia. GMH Interim Administrator and Chief Executive Officer Dr. Jolene Uggan calls the procedure a major advancement in cardiac care available locally, saying our hospital is now the first facility on island capable of offering the technology. The ICD system is especially important for patients with heart failure or those who are at risk of sudden cardiac arrest, allowing more residents to receive specialized care close to home without the cost and challenges of traveling off island. Governor Lou Leon Guerrero says the achievement reflects the administration's continued efforts to modernize healthcare services and expand access to life-saving treatment right here at home. Well, for families still recovering, knowing where to start can be the hardest step. And the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority is looking to change that with the opening of its Housing Recovery Application Center. The self-service facility located in downtown at the Agana Shopping Center offers computer terminals, internet access, and scanning equipment to help residents complete and submit applications. Walk-ins are welcome Monday through Friday from 10 to 4 with a final check-in at 2 p.m. The opening also marks the launch of Gumana Maulik, the first program under GURA's Fix in 6 initiative that focuses on repairs for homes damaged by Typhoon Mawar in 2023. Officials encourage residents to apply even though they're unsure about eligibility. Online applications are also available. You can go to our website to find the link. Moving on in our rundown tonight, Survivor Recovery Center opens on Saipan after Super Typhoon Sinlaku. Marianas Press founder Tomas Mangloni reports from Susupi.
Residents of Saipan who need assistance with Federal Emergency Management Agency individual assistance applications, U.S. Small Business Administration disaster loans, American Red Cross financial recovery aid, or disaster unemployment assistance through the CNMI Department of Labor can visit the Survivor Recovery Center at the Governor Pedro P. Tenorio Multipurpose Center in Susupi. Marianas Press, Tomas Manglona.
The hours for this center are Monday through Friday, 8 to 11 a.m., reserved for persons with disabilities, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. for the general public, and on Saturday and Sunday, 8 to 9 a.m., reserved for persons with disabilities, and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. for the general public.
The SRC allows residents to meet face-to-face with representatives from the Commonwealth Individual Assistance Program, FEMA, SBA, CNMI DOL, and the ARC to get answers about temporary housing, home repairs, replacement of damaged personal property, and home and business recovery funding, as well as other disaster-related needs. The center is physically accessible to individuals with disabilities, as well as those with access and functional needs, and has accessible parking available. Communication access equipment is available on site, and American Sign Language interpreting is available on request. The CNMI Office of the Governor has said the Survivor Recovery Centers for Tinian and Rota will be announced in the coming days.
Let's talk about labor issues now, as Guam's unemployment rate has dropped to another record low, as the Leon Guerrero administration is now reporting that the island's unemployment rate is now at 3.1%, down from 3.5% last September and 3.9% the year before that in December. Acting Governor Josh Tenorio says the numbers show workforce training investments helping more residents land stable career-building jobs, with labor officials saying the low rate reflects what many employers are seeing with fewer positions for especially entry-level jobs. Employment gains were reported in construction, accommodations, retail trade, and transportation. The Department of Labor says it will continue expanding apprenticeships, on-the-job training, career counseling, and support services to help residents move into higher skill, higher wage jobs. Well, please stay tuned, everybody. More Weekend Edition is coming up right after this.
KUAM is coming back, stronger every day. And this Mother's Day, it's time to celebrate her. Something beautiful, something that makes her smile, something just for her. Because Mom's gonna love this. Kmart KUAM, right here with you.
KUAM's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, KUAM's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Hafa de Guam. We are down here at literally the gateway to the south. When you come down here, you got to say, Biba Jonya, Jonya rules, and no one else knows that better than the Honorable Mayor of Jonya, BJ Terlai. Mayor, what a wonderful day today, because these structures that I've been coming here, since I was a kid, I always thought they were like memorials or something like that, but this is literally the gateway to the south. Our friends at GTA and Frank Candasso, wonderful artists, have painted these in a wonderful way.
Right. So first of all, Biba Zonya.
There you
Secondly,
go.
thank you, and Biba GTA and Biba Frank for our muralists for actually coming here and bringing life to this particular these two particular monuments. So when
first of all, is it okay if we walk on this? I don't want to be disrespectful.
Sure.
Okay.
No. So as you actually see, these monuments were here long before I took office, and I want to thank the community of Baza Gardens, most especially Mr. and Mrs. Edward and Joy Popey, and Mr. Norman Cruz for always keeping up this area, and also keeping up the areas around Baza Gardens and Windward Hills.
Yeah.
But this area, when GTA approached me, they asked where can they put their partnership mural, and originally we were thinking of the Ilig Bridge, but it was too low, for people to actually see the beauty of the mural and the store behind it. And so I suggested this area, brought Mr. Frank Candasso to this area, and instantly fell in love with the vast amount of space that he can put his story in. And then,
okay, yeah, we're going to bring Frank on in a minute, Mayor, but what is the significance of these concrete structures and everything like that in this part of Cross Island Road?
But some theories state that this was actually a war monument for the army. Some people, some theories were stating that before the redistricting of Jonya, this was actually the border.
Okay, here is Frank Candasso, the talented artist. Frank, congratulations to you on such wonderful work. Give me an insight on your creative process about how you wanted to adorn these. What images did you choose?
Oh yeah, so when we saw this monument, it was already a given that we would do this because it's such a cool structure. So we were working with the mayor and GTA to figure out what we wanted to portray on this, and we wanted to make sure it represented Zonya in the best possible way. So of course, what you just saw was the Palata, which is the Zonya bird. Along this other side too, we have Lemai, which is the village's fruit.
Oh yeah.
And then up here you have our Chamorro people blowing the kulu. So that represents just a call to the community and the people. So
this is a kind of challenging piece too, because these are existing structures, and of course you've got two on either side of the road, and both of them strikingly different in terms of like color palette and in terms of the imagery you use. So how long did it take you to figure out what you were gonna make?
To make it, I mean, with the structure, it was really easy just to kind of think about the composition, and it kind of just sparked all these ideas. So originally, I was actually supposed to just do one, but I designed for both, and then they asked if I could do both, and I said, of course, it would be better that way too. So on the other side here, we have Jonya's staple animal, which is our carabao.
Was this difficult to paint?
The bottom part, just because of all the little divots in here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, and this is concrete that's been around for a very long time.
Yeah,
as the mayor was just saying.
Thankful for spray paint to kind of help make that a lot easier and to dig in there.
How long did it take you to do both of them, Frank?
For both of them, maybe a total of 60 hours. This is with cleanup and everything. And
wow.
Across 14 days. So I came in February, and I finished it a little bit before the end grateful for this opportunity.
Absolutely, and and this is going to last for a very, very long time. I know the good people of Yona are super proud of this. So thanks a lot, Frank, and congratulations to you. Here's our friends at GTA who have adopted. Michelle Carre is here. So Michelle, congratulations to you guys on adopting not one, but 2 murals on either side of the road.
Yes, so this is part of our Village Mural project, Jace, and this is something that we've been doing for years already. I think this is probably our 11th and 12th mural, and basically it's just our way of kind of working with the mayors and our local artists. So we're all about supporting youth, art, and our villages, and so what more than to add new murals and beautify the island. So
okay, we're not going to cross the street because this is an active road, so we invite everybody to come down here, take selfies, use hashtag GTA, hashtag we start with Yona. I love that. Okay, now I gotta ask you a little pop quiz, Michelle, because you are a former journalist yourself, so you know how to think on your feet. Which one is your favorite?
Gosh, I have to say all of them. Don't put me on the spot because they're all so unique. I'm
partial to blue, so I really like that one.
Oh, this one, yes. Actually, both of them.
How deep do Pizza Hut's roots run in the islands? Through all the decades, we know what you love. Great taste at an even better price. Like our large one-topping carry-out pizza for just $14.99. You choose your favorite topping, pepperoni, olives, sausage, or any other single topping. Our $14.99 large one-topping pizza. Order online and carry one out today. Only at Pizza Hut, the island's best.
Freedom, that's a cheap thing. Freedom to ignore this, that's a cheap thing. Sacrificing facial hair to nature and involuntary blood donations, cheap things. No one signs up for an 800-pound bear chase, but if it happens, cheap thing. VIP parking, exfoliating, treating gravity like a suggestion, saying it'll dry. Free-range parenting, forgetting if that's a moose or an elk, all cheap things. Remembering without saying it, couldn't be more of a cheap thing. Sweating your tail off, freezing your tail off, an American saving another American's tail. Cheap things. Making a cheap vehicle for only people with cash like him? Not a cheap thing. Or confusing capability with unaffordability? No, not a cheap thing. Making adventure affordable? Now that's a cheap thing. So we're bringing you more cheap things this year, because cheap things should be everyone's thing.
Beyond the Game is presented by Gatorade. On the field, on the court, in the game. But what happens beyond the game? Get stories behind the stats, the players behind the plays, and the teams making an impact on and off the field. Join us every weekend on KUAM News Weekend Edition for Beyond the Game, because sports are more than just a score. Only on KUAM, Guam's leader in sports coverage, Beyond the Game is presented by Gatorade. There we are. Whoop.
Whoa.
Much better. Oh, and that's on camera too. Everybody saw that. Hafa day, everybody. We are talking swimming today. I'm Jason Salas with a living legend in the sports community for the last 48 years and change. Ed Ching has been developing the sport of swimming, developing athletes. He has been to every single Olympic Games involved somehow that Team Guam has participated in since the first swim meet in 1988.
Right.
Ed, very good to see you.
In Korea.
There you go. In Seoul. And there is a meet now, a swim meet that for the second year finally bears his name, the Edwin Ching Invitational Meet. I know, ever humble, he's not going to take it for himself, but this is a great thing. And Ed, not only have you been developing local talent, you've also been growing the sport regionally, and you're doing a wonderful thing now for swimmers in Saipan who are affected by the typhoon because they can't swim now.
That's right. I mean, at least we're having 2 teams from Saipan participating in this meet. And it's great. I think it's good for them. It's good for us.
Yeah.
Good for competition. And if we can help them in any way, we want to anyway.
Okay, and for those of you, for some background context, and it's not just that, we're giving them a pool to train in, and, Saipan was actually supposed to host what would have been the very first Marianas Games. Remember, it rotates every 4 years. This year was supposed to be Saipan. We're going to host it like next year, but Saipan was looking for a big open swim meet because of the typhoon that's been postponed for right now and everything like that, but you're hosting them here and we're actually going to let them compete.
That's right. Although we're going to compete on the military base, at the Navy base, that's the only pool we have now. We're working on a new pool in Agana. Everybody knows about that, but it should be finished by this summer. Should be.
Okay, what is the tempo, Coach, of the meet going to be as far as, like Guam's top swimmers? Because we've got some swimmers right now that are over in Fiji competing in the Oceania.
Right.
We've always had, as I was mentioning, since the '88 games in Seoul, some sort of presence in swimming. Like, how has the sport changed over the years?
Well, we don't have our top swimmers participating. Right now they're in Fiji, participating at the Oceania meet there. Very important meet. But what's important is to have some sort of competition. And especially, we're not going to have our best swimmers there, but it gives the other swimmers a chance to participate and to develop. And especially we have Saipan coming.
Yeah.
They're going to be sending their swimmers. I hope they're very best, but they have some outstanding swimmers also.
Well, let's talk about that. What is the rivalry between our island and Saipan, about 100 miles to the north and everything, as far as like their caliber, their ability to help us be the very best? They got some talented swimmers, like Tassi Limtiako, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only Tassi, but this is other kid called Isaac. I forget his last name, but he is fantastic. He's very, very strong, world-class swimmer.
Oh, there you go.
He's very, very good.
Okay, and that's world-class coming from a guy with like almost a half century of experience. So, yeah. So what has that done for the caliber?
It increases the competition. It increases the skills. It increases the desire to be better when you're exposed to somebody who's really good. And our swimmers see it. They've swum against him in Palau, the last mini games there. He was really, really very good.
Okay.
But it's good that top competition is coming from Saipan. And
what do we need to do to get us to the next level? I mean, we're at the Olympics already. We would like to have, swimmers who advance in more meets and everything. What more do we need?
Actually, what we really need is good facilities. We need a lot of pool time. We're supposed to be training like twice a day before you go off to any top competition. But we cannot. We only have St. John's Pool, and we can only train once a day. But we also need competition. You really need that, which means competing against top swimmers, and that means for Guam to travel. That means you have to go off island. That's where it becomes very expensive because of the airfare and hotel.
But if you want to be the best, you got to go against the best.
You got to go against the best.
And we have a lot of talent here, you guys. Amaya Bollinger's graduating from high school this year. Izzy Poppy graduated last year. Ocean Campus is going to be a senior next year and everything. So like the future is really solid for Guam swimming.
Well, in the past, we've had swimmers who have been ranked in the United States, ranked like in the top 10 in the United States. Derek Bollinger, Barbara Pexa, Pat Sagisi, they're ranked.
Barbara Pexa is actually my classmate. We're the same age.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
She was ranked at the best as 16th in the world for the breaststroke in Fukuoka in Japan.
Yep.
Derek was eighth in the world at one point.
Look that up, you guys. Barbara Pexa, Pat Sagisi, Veronica Cummings, big names, Olympians like at the Guam level.
Derek Bollinger.
Derek Bollinger, 96 games in Atlanta.
Being ranked in the United States is quite an achievement.
Okay, so when those swimmers, Coach, come over here from Saipan, everything, we're hosting them. We're saying, we realize it's unfortunate that your facilities, have a substantial amount of damage. You guys can't train. You guys can't compete the way you're wanting to. But we want to extend that Hafaday spirit, and we still want to, give you some sense of, the ability to train and the ability to compete. And it is going to be a proper competition. There are going to be medals handed out.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Exactly. No, we develop a good relationship with Saipan. Very friendly. We want to help them as much as we can.
Beyond the Game is presented by Gatorade. On the field, on the court, in the game. But what happens beyond the game? Get stories behind the stats, the players behind the plays, and the teams making an impact on and off the field. Join us every weekend on KUAM News Weekend Edition for Beyond the Game. Because sports are more than just a score. Only on KUAM, Guam's leader in sports coverage, Beyond the Game is presented by Gatorade.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me
life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
You want to buy my whole basket of mamons? Stay away from me.
In Myville, brought to you by Pepsi.
Happy guys, welcome to another episode of In Myville. Today we are at Pinoy Sari Sari store here at Wustig Road. Let's go get some Filipino snacks. I'm gonna get a basket because we're gonna do some shopping. Ooh guys, this is actually my favorite. I love red ribbon mamons. They have a cheesy mamon and they have a butter mamon, but I like the butter one a little bit more. What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Shopping.
I love pillows. They're one of my favorite chocolatey snacks. We got the snacks. Now we're getting an ice cold, refreshing can of Pepsi. I feel like Kobe would wear... Oh, wait! You would wear this. It's brown. Guys, I use this all the time for a bunch of desserts. If you didn't know, this is sweetened condensed milk. And you could use this for like graham. I know it's graham, but Filipinos call it graham. Graham, leche flan, buko pandan, anything. And it's so good. Look at this. What mom and pop store on Guam that you know has shoes? This is so cool. Right here at the front, you can find all your favorite Filipino goodies. They have shipments every Monday and Friday from Manila, so you can get things like this, Dunkin' Donuts, and they get special shipments for holidays. So go get your cake and treats. Guys, these are the viral Ilocos empanadas, and you can find them here. You can get them every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm gonna go check out now.
See you guys next time.
In Myville, brought to you by Pepsi.
Check out the Agate Mango Festival 2026 from May 22 to May 24. Sponsored by Pepsi.
On Saturday, we have Matilde C. Mercado into the most loving woman in the world, the whole wide world. Happy birthday number 88 to our beloved mom, coming from all your loving children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren here and in the States. They all say we love you so much and we wish you many, many more. Auntie Matilde, we hope you have an absolutely wonderful and blessed birthday. Want to wish your special someone a happy birthday? Just click the QR code here on your screen or email birthdayclub@kuam.com. And that, my friends, is going to put a bow on this episode of Weekend Edition. But remember, it is Mother's Day weekend, so let's all celebrate our moms, our grandmothers, our godmothers, our mothers-in-law, adoptive mothers, stepmothers, dog mothers, every mother out there. This is your weekend. We appreciate you. You are truly the queens of our hearts. So moms all over the world, and especially right here on 671, this is all for you. We love you, and thank you.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
Ali, Bogithim, Hafide Zantito, Rananim, Kasalele, Lengwo, and Yakwe. Welcome back to another episode of the One Micronesia Show. First off, we got to thank our sponsors. Thank you so much